Debate me, bro. Come on my stream, debate me.
All day, every day.
Debate me any day. I'll debate you any day. Trust me. I learned logistical argumentation in a college class once. I'll debate you any day of the week, brother.
I learned how to argue from my wife's dry ass pussy.
Alright, we're hatting it. I think it's my
your
turn.
Oh yeah, it's your turn.
So I'll have you shake it.
Yeah, because you cannot trust me to pick out of this fucking hat.
We draw a topic out of the hat.
So
yeah.
How many Greeks are left in this hat?
Okay, so out of all the videos we've done, we've drawn 3 philosophers, okay? We have 15 philosophers in the hat, okay? 3 of them are Greek.
I thought we had more Greeks in there than that.
I double checked. So we have 15 philosophers, 3 Greeks, and the first 3 philosophers we drew were all Greeks in a row. So the odds of that occurring are 1 in 455. Crazy. I
defy the odds.
If I pull this out and I get Stoicism, which also comes from the Greeks, then we're like on some like interplanetary. I don't even fucking know. Okay, let's see. Best Renaissance artist.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All
right. So
we need to pick these up sometime.
Yeah. Like in my head, part of the aesthetic of this room right now is like all these things on the floor, but you can't see them, so it doesn't matter.
Right. It just makes us look like hoarders.
Yeah.
Like we have a big old like tote full of stuff for whiskey time videos over there. It's just overflowing.
Yeah, slightly out of frame.
Right. So we don't look like weirdos.
All right. So best Renaissance artist. I think so for this one.
This can be a discussion.
Okay, let's. I'm gonna pull some Renaissance art up.
Well, we got the 4 Ninja Turtles.
I will say for this one, and I forgot to do it for another video that we did. But when we talk about a piece of art, save the piece of art and then email it to me as soon as we're done, and then I'll put them in the background when we talk about it.
Gotcha.
Make sure my shit's on silent. Okay.
Yeah. So we got Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Leonardo. Right?
Oh, there's more than that. But those are like the fan.
I said the 4 Ninja Turtles.
What other ones could there be? Okay, so I got an article here. Okay. LeonardoNewtonic.com, okay? / famous Renaissance artists. 10 famous Renaissance artists and their masterpieces. So let's see.
I still think it's Raphael.
Yeah, I'm just going to read this a little bit and then cut in. Might have to go through this whole article. So number 10 is this dude I've never even heard of. Tintoretto. Lived from 1518 to 1594. From Italy.
Okay.
It would make us sound intelligent if I went through and read these, what they are talking about. Because like his art is known for his radical nature, flamboyance, and modernity. But it shows his masterpiece, this painting of the Last Supper. Okay. This shit is sick. Look at this.
Yeah, that's like
way better than like the famous Last Supper.
Right.
That's just got some mood going. Man.
That's a whole ass vibe.
All right, we're fucking.
So here,
that's not his background.
I definitely am incredibly partial to Raphael because he is also my favorite Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
Yeah. And also, of his art that I've seen, I really, really like it.
Give us an example so I had to put on the screen.
The School of Athens.
Oh,
yeah.
Ironically, yeah. By the time this video comes out...
right. I think you literally got the thumbnail image from this.
I did. I cut out Plato and Socrates from our Plato video from this painting. But just save it. So we have Titty.
I believe it's Titian.
Titian,
okay, whatever.
1488/1490 to 1576. So, what's his masterpiece? Let's see.
Masterpiece.
The Venus of Urbino, 1538.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
This is a pleasant enough image here.
Yes, very much so.
I'm kind of curious what's going on here in the background.
I think we need to talk about what
Like, what makes...
What quantify... Like, what is most known about Renaissance art here before we start?
That's probably a good idea. Let's You know me.
I do know you.
We pull up Renaissance art on Wikipedia, and then we read and talk about the fucking first paragraph. Renaissance. This is from the Wikipedia article. Renaissance art is the painting, sculpture, and decorative arts of the period of European history, emerging as a distinct style in Italy about 1400, in parallel with developments which occurred in philosophy, literature, music, science, and technology. Renaissance, meaning a rebirth, art perceived as the noblest of ancient traditions, took as its foundation the art of classical antiquity, but transformed that tradition by absorbing recent developments in the art of Northern Europe and by applying contemporary scientific knowledge. Renaissance art, along with Renaissance humanist philosophy, spread through Europe, affecting both artists and their patrons, with the development of new techniques and new artistic sensibilities.
Raphael out here, support my Patreon.
Renaissance art marks the transition of Europe from the medieval period to the early modern.
So, while we're kind of talking about this, have you ever seen, Picasso's early youth art?
Yes.
That shit's wild.
Picasso's a different breed.
Yeah, dude, he was, making shit that we could not make if we studied for years.
Yeah,
Picasso. He was making it 12.
Yeah, he was he was different.
Yeah.
So, trying to see if this is worth even.
Slide forward.
It's kind of vague. So, techniques. I was going to talk about the themes, but I don't want to go to the old article for fear of taking forever. But some of the techniques, so we can be on the lookout for them, okay? Use of proportion. The first major treatment of the painting as a window in a space appeared in the work of Giotto di Bondone at the beginning of the 14th century. True linear perspective was formalized later by... I'm sorry that I cannot even attempt to pronounce Italian names. Filippo Brunelleschi and Leon Battista Alberti. In addition to giving a more realistic presentation of art, it moved Renaissance painters into composing more paintings. Foreshortening. The term foreshortening refers to the artistic effect of shortening lines in a drawing so as to create an illusion of depth. Sfumato. I've never heard this before. Sfumato. Sfumato. I can't fucking say that.
Sfumato.
Yeah. Was coined by Italian Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci. Refers to fine art painting technique of blurring or softening of sharp outlines by subtle and gradual blending of one tone into another, through the use of thin glazes to give the illusion of depth or three-dimensionality. This stems from the Italian word sfu. I cannot. These two syllables. Say it. Say that.
Sfumare.
It does not. If I say sfu, I start adding letters and shit.
Sfumare. Why is it hard?
I don't know. I just did. You know how some people can't say cinnamon? They start fucking thrashing and pissing and fucking tears come out of their eyes if they say.
Well, that's what happens, Tyler. You should be like me and be a multiglot.
Well, meaning
to can fuck off.
Glutton. Meaning to evaporate or fade out. The Latin origin is fumare, to smoke. And then chiaroscuro, the term refers to the fine art of painting, modeling effect of using a strong contrast between light and dark to give the illusion of depth. This comes from the Italian words meaning light and dark, a technique which came into wide use during the Baroque period. Okay. So there's some background and some basic techniques, okay?
Gotcha.
I saved that image already.
Nice. Make sure you blur the titties.
Yeah.
Since we can't have... This is ironic. Because the fast food video, we had the creation of Adam.
Yeah, we had the creation of Adam, and you could see his little, shrunken pecker, and we got, our thumbnail got, guideline.
We didn't get strike, we got, it got removed.
They deleted the thumbnail.
A famous piece of art.
Yeah, I'm it's fucking...
It's painted on a church.
Yeah. Albrecht Dürer, 1471 to 1528, he's German. So... Not to go into his whole...
Yo, that's fucking cool.
So this is...
I really like a lot of the German...
Melancholia.
The German Renaissance art. Because a lot of it's really dark. Got really dark colors and everything to it.
I love
it's all really...
I love...
It's my aesthetic.
It's my aesthetic too. just like blacks and what, like where everything's like black and white, and like the focus is all like negative space, and like complex. Like there's a lot of shit packed into it. But I'm trying to. Of course, number 7 on their list here. Once again, it's
Hieronymus.
LeonardoNewtonic.com. I want to shout them out because I'm just going through their fucking list and grabbing their fucking paintings. But Hieronymus Bosch, of course. Bosch is the fucking man. I actually have 1 or 2 Bosch books because
nice.
Bosch is a fucking dude. But yeah, masterpiece, The Garden of Earthly Delights. Have you ever seen this one? You probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit's different. Whenever I use like save as, it saves a fucking browser link to the image.
Nice.
That's not what I want.
Nice. I watched a video about a like.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to like copy and paste it into the video.
Right.
That's fine. Giotto.
That dude thinking.
I know, he's fucking... From 1267 to 1337, he was Italian. His masterpiece is... The Kiss of Judas.
So I just clicked a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Because I saw this one where, like, they were restoring this, like... They're like painted panels of this like church that had, and the comments were kind of interesting because like the video I looked at was about like these paintings in Notre Dame.
Yeah,
and somebody was claiming that that Notre Dame was burned down on purpose because they found some art that people were not supposed to see, so they burned Notre Dame down to hide it.
Like from the end, like
yeah, right there. Yeah, they're like, we better burn this place down.
What do they mean they found?
I don't know, dude.
There was there undiscovered parts of the fucking church?
I don't know.
They do fucking expeditions? That's some Dan Brown, like,
I know, right?
Da Vinci Code bullshit.
I know.
Like in Angels and Demons, they're like running under fucking secret Vatican tunnels and shit.
I think there are actual like secret Vatican tunnels.
I know there are, but it's just. Okay, number 5, Sandro Botticelli. 1445 to 1510, Italian. No, The Birth of Venus, of course. The Birth of Venus is pretty fucking notable, I would say.
Yeah.
But
I really like that painting.
yeah, me too.
It's got a very nice like contrast of color, and the subject matter is. I like Greek mythology. That's what I think I like a lot about Renaissance art, is they do a lot of Greek mythology.
They brought it back to the Greeks, bro.
Yeah.
All right, number 4, Donatello. All right. The Bronze David. It's the most famous work.
Nice. Yeah. Does bronze turn like that? Does it patina into that blackish color?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about working with bronze.
Oh. I didn't know if you like knew off the top. I think it does patina to that color though.
But yeah. I don't this seems pleasant, but I have a much harder time like attaching to like sculpture.
Really?
Yeah, I mean I can even like the coolest sculpture I see, I'm like that's just like different, but like I don't know.
It doesn't move you?
I'm not moved.
I think I like sculptures a lot more.
Have you ever seen? This is a little bit unrelated, but have you ever seen some of the like color restorations of some of the Greek? Statues.
And they're like they look really bad.
Yeah, they're like bright ass colors and shit.
Yeah.
Number 3, Raphael, 1483 to 1520. He was Italian. No, he didn't live very long. The something about burning bright and going out or something.
Yeah, burn the candle at both ends.
School of Athens. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah. Again, It's very interesting too because it's almost thematic with what Plato taught of coming out of the cave because him and Socrates are walking next to each other and they're coming out of like the arches.
Yeah.
Which is very funny because
and then like
there would not have been arches at that time period.
Yeah.
Because the Romans invented arches. The Greeks didn't. Yeah.
Michelangelo, number 2.
Okay, so my favorite thing by Michelangelo is the statue of the Madonna holding dead Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, like, I'm not religious, but religious art, like,
These
is some
people
of
are
my
inspired.
favorite. Yeah. Every bit of, like, religious art is almost, like, universally interesting to me.
Yeah.
Especially, like, some of, like, the high Renaissance, like, Catholic art is fucking amazing. It's all super good, because they were, like, paid really well to do it.
Understandable.
Yeah, I just wish that people did not go back and, like, censor some of the art, though.
Yeah.
Like, the fig leaf on the statue of David by Michelangelo, that did not have a fig leaf at first.
They said we can't. The YouTube people said.
Yeah.
They went back in time. They said this pecker. Speaking of David, 1504. No fig leaf.
I think they removed it. And of course, you have to mention the Sistine Chapel.
Yeah.
Didn't he, like, sculpt that in, like, a week and a half or something?
David?
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't heard about that. But what is wild to me, what's cool to me about like sculpting and statues compared to paintings and shit. There's obviously like it takes up physical space, right?
Right.
But just it feels more of the time. Like paintings are a little bit more like
timeless.
Yeah, but like not necessarily like I'm not saying that's strictly to their benefit, but there's just something about like a sculpture that's like. It feels like it was fucking picked up from the past and has just made it
right.
to now, you know what I mean?
It also kind of has that, like, almost uncanny valley type feeling to him.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the statue of David, it looks like it could, like, look at you and start talking.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be all that surprised about it.
Yeah. Yeah, David's fucking... That's a different...
Yeah.
Different level. Alright, Da Vinci, of course, is number 1.
Oh, yeah.
They always put him at number 1. He's a fucking...
Hacks.
1452 to 1519 Italian. Masterpiece, the Mona Lisa.
Really?
Isn't, like, the only reason the Mona Lisa is, like, as famous as it is now is because it's constantly been stolen?
I think so.
Isn't that, like, 90% of it?
It's like
the Last Supper might be a more famous painting, but it's not as widely associated with, like...
Da Vinci.
Yeah. It's more just, like, a universal piece of Christian art.
Right.
I think if I had to call a favorite just based on what I know and just looking through stuff now...
yeah.
I think my favorite is probably Bosch, but that one fucking German guy, I want to look more at his shit.
Hieronymus? No.
Yeah. Hieronymus is Bosch, but this guy, Albrecht.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that shit was different.
Yeah.
Albrecht Durer.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think Rembrandt was Rembrandt a Renaissance artist? I can never remember. I think he was. No, wait. When does the Renaissance end? 1500 or something?
Yeah, like the mid-1500s.
Okay, so Rembrandt was He's post-Renaissance. But still has, like, almost kind of Renaissance-inspired art, it seems like.
Yeah. I'm just looking at this other article here, trying to see, like,
Yeah.
if it'd be cool to...
Virgin of the Rocks.
So this is High Renaissance. It's the artstory.org, and they have pages for different movements, and this one's High Renaissance from 1490s to 1527. I gotta zoom in a little bit so I can just kind of see these.
Right.
I'll try to put them on the screen if I can. Virgin of the Rocks by Leonardo da Vinci. I feel like I've seen that one, but I forgot that I've seen it until now. Now I've seen it again.
Yeah.
But I like the dark. Like I could look at paintings of how the background of this painting looks for like the rest of my life. Like light peeking through, but it's like all fucking like dark landscape and shit. They would talk about the Last Supper, of course. David. The album Madonna by Raphael. I've never seen this before.
That's kind of why that's why I like Raphael a lot, because like a lot of his colors pop.
Yeah.
Really well.
Very well, and he's like a lot of time it's super focused on the people. Like
Right.
very up close on the people. Or even like you can look at like the Madonna in this picture, the album Madonna by Raphael, and it's like the woman is more detailed than the Mona Lisa. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like as a person.
Right.
I mean, the Mona Lisa looks like a fucking statue in the painting. You know what I mean? It's like he painted a statue or something.
Right.
Not that I hate the Mona Lisa or anything, but
I don't know. I kind of do.
I don't hate it. I just don't particularly like anything.
It's
about
too
it.
popular, bro. I don't like
too
it.
popular. We're Renaissance contrarians.
For real.
School of Athens, we already talked about. Creation of Adam, of course. What do you even have to fucking say about that? That might be the most famous fucking...
Well, yeah, it's in the Sistine Chapel. But the Sistine Chapel is also full of other stuff too, just equally cool.
What I've all... So I want to... I think it's entertaining, how much art conspiracy there is on a lot of this shit. Really? I've heard all the fucking art conspiracy about...
Okay, I found it. I found the thing I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
The Adoration of the Mystical Lamb.
Yeah. Yes. But this, the creation of Adam, have you ever heard the theory where it's Michelangelo was actually trolling the Sistine Chapel, so he drew drew God in the shape of a brain, and it's God is in the mind, and
yeah.
I don't even necessarily believe that shit. It's just entertaining. It's like most conspiracies. If they're well thought out conspiracy theories, they're entertaining in of themselves or whatever. But that's just one that sticks out to me. I've read them about other ones too. It's just that's the one that I always remember.
Right. Well, no, I've heard that before too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be true. Who knows? So here's a kind of interesting one by Titian, The Sacred and Profane Love.
Yeah, pull it up bigger so I can see it. So.
Oh, sorry. I know
it's extremely detailed.
Yeah, it's extremely detailed. Has the background going on to there's a couple rabbits over there. I don't really recognize the subject material too much.
Does it say what always interests me on some of these is how long they took? Does it say how long
I'll find out.
They took?
Oh, okay. So this is supposed to be for this guy married this widow and has the lady he married, Cupid, and then Venus on the side. Venus is the one naked. Okay, so apparently, I don't know. There's a disagreement over who is whom in this painting. So
So have you ever seen this one before?
Yes, I have.
So this is the Arnolfini Portrait by Jan Van Ike. But I learned about this one. We learned about this one super early, like in early art classes. But because the fucking wild thing about this one is it's actually
reflection, right?
Yeah. So you can see like. There's shit you can see in the reflection that's like not in the other part of the painting, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's extremely like just
well detailed and
well considered. This website goes kind of slow, but I like
their zoom function.
Yeah. Because you need like extremely high quality because one thing I appreciate about the digital age, right, is that we can like look up the fucking sacred and profane love and like look at it. Right. But also, unfortunately, it's not the same thing. Like, there's just an element of like being there in front of this gigantic fucking Arnolfini portrait or however big it is that you'll like. It's just not the same. But like when you like this nationalgallery.org.uk or whatever, when you can zoom in and actually like take in some of these like extremely like physical details about stuff, it helps.
Right. Yeah, the adoration of the sacred lamb is like an incredibly like well detailed, well painted altarpiece. It's like in 12 pieces.
Yeah.
And it's just and like they're in the current steps of restoring it.
Yeah.
And they're like finding details in it that they just never knew were in it.
Yeah.
There's like a whole series about it on YouTube that you can watch.
I wish I would have remembered to think about it. There's a couple of really cool fucking art channels I watch on YouTube. Anyway, St. Catherine of Alexandria is what I'm looking at now, and it's just another Raphael, but it's intensely like.
But there are some like straight up meme faces in this painting.
Yeah, I'm into it though.
I know, right?
Go back, like screenshot that or something, just so that I remember to fucking put it in.
Okay.
Because I gotta have the fucking. They're all meme faces.
I know.
It's like the squad when we read that bullshit.
You got the whole squad laughing.
Anyway, with this Raphael, it's just extremely like. I don't know if intimate's the right word, but like it's just very humanist in a sense.
Right. Like
it seems like it's all about the humanity of the subject.
I think that's kind of the point.
I know, that's what I'm not saying it's
right.
But it's just in contrast to a lot of
right
other artists at the time. That's what.
Oh, the Entombment of. Yeah.
This is the Entombment, or Christ being carried to his tomb, by Michelangelo.
One thing I've kind of noticed about Michelangelo a lot is he doesn't do the traditional thing when you paint Jesus where like they'll paint the halo around him. He never seems to do that. He never seems to paint Christ as the like divine figure.
Yeah.
That others do.
Or even
I think he focuses more on the humanity of Jesus.
Oh yeah, like even in this picture, he's like dark. He's way more dark and pale than. I mean, he's dead, right? But he's very like. As opposed to making him appear divine, he makes him appear even more like decayed and like pale and deathly than the other characters, in order to make him like stand out. Yeah,
and I think that's what a lot of... Yeah, it's kind of the point to humanist art, right? But
shit, I have been not clicking on the key facts here. Let me see. Oil on wood.
Date made about 1500 to 1501. Seems like Michelangelo was able to just like pump out art.
This site's sick. Shout out nationalgallery.co.uk.
Look at this. It's called The Triumph of the Virtues. So it's like the virtues driving out. cool.
Who's it by? Hieronymusbosch.org. Here we go.
Andreas Montaigne. Montaigne?
You pull up another page for...
We have to mention the Vitruvian Man.
Talk about the Vitruvian Man.
Well, yes, we have to. I mean, it's like one of the most famous things by Leonardo da Vinci.
Let me pull it up. I'll remember to put it on screen here.
You're spelling it wrong. Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
This is like so when people make these lists, I understand why Da Vinci's number one, because it's like just like the most iconic, like
right.
100% of the time. But
well, it also he really added to our collective knowledge of different things, though, too.
Yeah.
Because he would, if I remember right, he would at night he would take corpses and like dissect them so he could do his art better.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
And he like expanded medical knowledge and everything because of it. Da Vinci's probably what helped pull us out of the Dark Ages, to be honest. Though I've heard some people talk about how the Dark Ages were never like the Dark Ages.
Yeah,
like, that's kind of like just a historical myth.
Yeah,
that we've kind of fallen for.
Yes, that's what I've heard as well.
But I don't.
It was never like that. I'm not educated enough to.
Yeah, neither am I.
To talk about it, but it seems very interesting, and I tend to believe the people who their arguments are well reasoned when I read them. But yeah, look up Dark Ages myth or whatever, and read about it, because I'm not capable of summarizing it in a way that's not ass. But anyway, Hieronymus Bosch. Yeah, fucking.
Yo, that is dope.
I'm telling you, Bosch is fucking different.
So that's the... Is that the fall of Lucifer, or is that...
Paradise, Ascent of the Blessed.
Oh, okay.
Just the fucking... I love everything about this.
Right.
Apple loves it because it's shot in...
portrait mode?
Portrait mode.
Yeah. Look at that. People living their lives, no phone in sight.
But I love this tunnel concept at the top. It's sick.
Right.
This painting is hot. Ron from Chicago just added this and one other painting to their shopping cart.
Nice.
Anyway.
Weren't there a lot of paintings for Dante's Inferno during this time, too?
Dante was just... Well, maybe. Let me see.
At least in the styling, right?
I'm not sure when most of that art was made. I'm just not sure. But let me look into it.
Right.
Because there's like Gustave Doré's The World of Dante was made in... He lived in the mid-1800s. And a lot of these...
Well, it seems like some of it was illustrated by Botticelli.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of people, but I've seen these images a lot, and these are some of the ones I like the most. And some of these are the most famous. This was mid-1800s.
Right.
And my some of my understanding is that the comedy took a little bit. I'm not sure when the comedy came into like popular appraisal, because when it was written, Dante was like cast out of Florence.
Right.
Like, even before he wrote it. That's why he was able to write it and put, like, people who were alive and powerful at the time in hell in this fucking poem. Which is pretty sick, I'm going to be honest. But
one of the cool things, especially about, like, Renaissance sculptures that I like a lot, is that they have, like, the ruffles and, like, the folds of clothes. Yeah. And it's always... Like, that little added detail to it makes it feel so much realer.
Which would probably be the fucking hardest part to do.
Oh, yeah. And the rippling muscles and everything.
Yeah.
It makes them feel alive.
This one, The Concert in the Egg by Bosch. What I like about Bosch is that it's the surrealism is is a huge part of the appeal.
Right.
But it's not, also just his composition and shit. I'm also a fan of, but there's a lot of religious art that has surreal elements, but his almost revels into it in a lot of the time, which I can dig. It's my fucking vibe. Like this one.
Hey man.
The falling of the damned into hell. I love this. This left half over here.
Right.
Where it's just these fucking
dark
specks of light peeking through just pure black. Yeah, it's my fucking vibe.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna look up some more about this Albrecht Dürer fella.
Yeah. What's kind of cool about the Renaissance artists too is they were famous in their life.
Yeah.
Where other famous artists didn't get famous until after they died.
Yeah. And their shit came into popular.
Right. Or how Van Gogh was, where he killed himself right around the time his stuff was starting to become popular.
Yeah.
That's the way to go out, man.
What's wild about Albrecht and a lot of these other guys, when you see one of these old things, you're like, wow, that must have been really hard and detailed to do with in your head. You're like, wow, that must have been really hard to do with a fucking pencil or whatever.
Right.
It's no, that was wood, bro. That's carved into wood.
Right.
Fucking imagine. That's the hardest thing.
Well,
maybe not the hard. It's just hard. I don't want to fucking rank them, create a hierarchy or whatever, but there's no way woodcuts weren't hard as fuck.
Oh no, I'm sure they were incredibly hard. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read about Renaissance art, but I keep finding my way to Romanticism. And Lord Byron.
Yeah, the fucking Lord Byron image is everywhere on fucking Earth.
I know. But it's cool.
It is cool, yeah. There's something ruggedly individualist about it that has made it fucking super popular, especially in the West.
Right.
Painted. I'm trying to understand what this painting is, but it's cool.
So it's of Durer in Antwerp in 1582, painted by Jan August Hendrik.
Is that him?
Yeah, probably.
It looks like Durer.
He looked like a pirate. That's cool.
All hardest theft, he says.
For real? Yeah, I guess.
So this is cool.
What's that?
This is Salvator Mundy, and it's an unfinished painting on wood that he did.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's unfinished, you can kind of see right here in this picture, which I'll put up on screen. It's a close-up of the kind of detailed drawing he would do beforehand to indicate later on when he would paint.
Right.
So it almost shows you get to kind of see the process a little bit in the painting itself. Just neat. Look at this, the Adoration of the Trinity. That's fucking detailed as fuck.
Right. I love the balance of the color. We are not art critics.
No. But I have a vast appreciation.
Yeah.
But, none of the tools to actually fucking analyze it. Respectably, I should say. This is sick too.
I have no respect for art critics. Yeah, look at it. The delivery of the keys. It's in the Sistine Chapel. Just look at it. It's completely balanced. Things are going on in the background.
Yeah.
It's cool. Art is cool.
Indeed. It's all video. I don't want to watch a fucking 45-minute video. Just show me the paintings.
Right.
Here we go. This one. St. Wolfgang and the Devil by...
Fucking dope.
Michael Pate or Patch or Pack or whatever the fuck. Look, his ass is a face.
Yeah. So here's kind of an interesting thing about some Renaissance art is like the use of perspective.
Yeah.
To add depth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen this by Titian, The Sacrifice of Isaac?
No, I haven't. There's a lot of movement in that.
I know. It's a lot of movement. And I like that you see the angel first and foremost, and then it leads straight. It's like a straight line.
Yeah.
Straight down to Isaac.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's a neat art trick.
Yeah.
And like the shadow under the beard, like his eyes being in shadow. Isaac seems like he's pretty chill about the whole situation, though.
He's like, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The Annunciation, Saint Amedeus, 1486, by Carlo Crivelli. This is cool as fuck.
Yo. By Caravaggio, The Taking of Christ. Just the use of light and dark here.
That shit's different.
I know. That's like one thing that's kind of also emblematic of Renaissance art, is the increasing, especially as you go further on, is the increasing contrast between the use of lights and darks to like show depth and like action.
This one's kind of sick.
But it's especially cool here because with where Jesus is, it's like very well lit. He's like the object here, but it's still, you still follow the arm up and over, so you still get the full breadth of the painting. It's very interesting. But one thing I don't like is the like modernization of like the subject matter. Like the soldiers are wearing like current types of armor, not like what the Romans would have worn.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it are. I imagine they did that kind of shit just to make it more immediately understandable to the
right.
When people look at it, they're like, "Oh, okay, that's a soldier. I get it."
Yeah. Let me look up Renaissance art for kids. Maybe now I'll finally be able to understand it. I don't like the name of this website.
What is it?
Kittle.
Man of Sorrows by Albrecht Dürer. He looks sorrowful.
Yeah. Looking pretty sad.
Oh,
it's Jesus.
Yeah.
When did like the famous painting of the Fall of Lucifer come out? Or the statue too? Yeah, that third one.
That's part of the
is that
1850s
gotcha.
Thing on
so what's that first one?
The Divine Comedy.
Over. Saint John eating the book? This is like surreal as hell.
Just it's a real revelation shit.
For real.
Anyway, I think we did a pretty good overview.
Yeah, I would say so.
We
don't really know that much about art.
I found this Albrecht Dürer guy, so that's pretty cool. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Raphael's still based, and my favorite is still Bosch, I think. But yeah, I saw some. I'm glad we did this because I got to see some fucking cool shit I've never seen. It's an excuse. Right. But it's just an excuse to sit here and look at paintings for an hour and not like feel weird about it. I mean, not that I would anyway, but you know what I mean.
What are you gonna feel weird about?
I don't know. You know how it is. We live in a modern capitalist society, bro. You gotta monopolize all your fucking time.
I guess.
Anyway, next time on Master Debaters, I just like smacked my foot into my table.
Fucking idiot.